And we are live. We apologize for our tardiness, but we are here now, and we are looking forward to this great presentation tonight. So let me just introduce ourselves. As you know, this is The Buzz. This has been, we haven't actually done many Buzz broadcasts lately, but we're glad to have this opportunity to share information and have Jerry come on with great information for the project that he's involved in. So first of all, my name is Kim Mastrofino, as you know. Obviously, it's obvious because our names are up there. But in case you didn't see that, I'm Kim, and Diane Coburn is my sidekick tonight. And I want to introduce a classmate that's heavily involved in Habitat for Humanity. And, they have a project going on in July. So I'm excited to hear all of the details on this great adventure, and will help a lot of people. So anyway, welcome, Jerry. Thank you for coming on and spending time to.
Hi, Kim. Hi, Diane. Hi, everybody that's online.
As you know, Jerry's, in the zen of things. He's got his nice hat on, and he's ready to go.
Not for long.
Project hat. I think it looks good.
Definitely.
So, anything else, Diane, before we get started? I know we're going to do class updates after the
No, we can do updates later, but I'm really anxious to hear about how we could help as a class or a group. Habitat for Humanity. I have lots of questions because we're old now, Jerry. How are we going to help? But you can give us some cues, and hopefully we can help support you that day.
Yeah.
Right. And just another comment, whoever is watching, I believe that you probably could make a comment, or if you have any questions or whatever, I believe that you can still type that in. We hope that you can. This is our first time broadcasting directly to YouTube. And if not, then, you can always reach out to Jerry if you have the questions, or, post them on Facebook or whatever. So Anyway, all right. So Jerry, just a quick question. Do you want me to pull up the presentation on the screen, or how would you want to do that?
Let's start without it, okay?
Okay.
And then if anybody is interested in the slides, we can send it to them afterwards.
Okay, that's fine.
Because I'm going to sit here and read them anyway. So
okay.
I can't remember all this stuff off the top of my head. Am I on now?
You are on. You are live, and you are on.
Hi, everybody. I was thinking that this might be a good way to get some of our classmates together and give something back to the community. I prepared a bunch of slides, and I have a few photographs that maybe Kim can bring up later.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try and run through my information really quickly, and hopefully save time for questions and or comments through YouTube interface. So there is an organization in South County. It's South County Habitat for Humanity. The office is located on Route 2 in Charlestown, Rhode Island. It is a nonprofit organization consisting of a small paid staff and a large group of volunteers. And those volunteers refurbish existing homes vacated by previous Habitat families. They build new net zero energy efficient homes for lower income families with very affordable mortgages. And they also operate the Restore, which is essentially a store. It's where their headquarters are on Route 2 in Charlestown. And people donate, whatever things they have, tables, chairs, toilets, stoves, you name it, light bulbs. And people can go in there and get things at a discounted price. The income from the Restore completely funds the paid staff members, which I thought was quite interesting. Mm. And they refurbish and they resell all kinds of home goods. Mm. as far as Habitat for Humanity goes, probably most of you already know the most notable national participants in Habitat for Humanity are former President and First Lady Jimmy and Rosalind Carter.
Yeah.
I'm moving on to my second slide. I think I have 10. So what a Habitat construction volunteers do. It's essentially, you name it, they do it, with the exceptions that tradespeople, hired tradespeople, do the foundations, the plumbing, the rough electrical work, septic, rough landscaping, and HVAC work. Generally speaking, everything else is done by the volunteers. Some of the work that gets accomplished are exterior and interior wall framing, interior finishing, exterior siding, roofing, doors, windows, lighting, outlet and switch installation, sheetrock, painting, kitchen cabinet and counter installation, taping, caulking, trench digging, and even sod laying. And lastly, we built decks and sheds, and there's virtually anything you can think of in terms of home construction that gets done by the volunteer base. Why am I involved? Well, I've been involved now, I think, for close to 3 years, and essentially I wanted to learn construction tricks. I worked behind a computer desk my whole career and always wanted to get out there and build stuff. So this was a good retirement activity for me. And I do it a few hours a week. And I get some satisfaction from knowing that you're helping lower income families get a start on life in an affordable home. I did get started through a church group, which meets one Saturday per month, and that continues to this day. And over time, I increased my involvement from anywhere from 1 to 3 days during the midweek. And I needed, okay, here comes my other side. I needed something to do while my wife continued to work. And now I need something to do while my wife isn't working.
Okay.
So,
boy, Deb.
Projects that I've worked on, I actually worked on a duplex on Pierce Street near the former police substation. We refurbished side A and side B. I've done some demolishing of homes in Quanticontog and Weekapaug. And it doesn't mean tearing down the whole house. It simply means removing doors, windows, toilets, lighting, and decking that can potentially be resold at the restore. My next project was on Knight Street up in White Rock, and that's a triplex, but I only worked on side C. There was a shed construction on a home in North Kingstown. And in terms of Cardinal Lane and Hopkinton, I worked on phase 1, which is the construction of 3 homes. Those homes are now complete, and all the homeowners have moved in. And interestingly enough, House 12, and 12 is the actual street address. So the first 3 homes are 8, 10, and 12. House 12 was built primarily by Charahoe Tech students.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, that's really cool.
And now I'm working on homes 14, 16, 18, and 20. And all the homeowners for the last 4, that's phase 2, there are 7 homes going in on Cardinal Lane, all total. And all the homeowners there have been selected, and they are working on their 200-hour sweat equity requirement on the construction site and or at the restore.
Nice.
And how the house 20 is actually supposed to be built by Charahoe Tech students, and they built the walls at the school. And last week, in roughly a couple hours, there were 5 of us, and we put up all the rough walls for that house. Now, keep in mind, we're aided by a fairly usable machine that lifts the walls into place, and we just drop them down and nail them together. The next project, there's going to be 22 homes built near Havisham Tavern in Westerly.
Oh, wow.
I believe homeowner applications are being accepted now, and if they aren't, they should be start getting accepted pretty soon. So if you know of a low-income family that has an interest in a lower cost home, they should contact South County Habitat for Humanity and see if they qualify. So of those 22 homes, 20 homes will be modular construction, and 2 homes will be stick built. So stick built means basically, you build all the walls separately. They're not driven by truck into place. Why are we talking about a class of 73 build? Again, I thought it would be an event that would be fun and interesting for some class members, would be a way for our class members to give back to the local community. And again, Habitat for Humanity can always use a few more regular volunteers. So I guess I'm an evangelist for Habitat for Humanity. Specifics on the build. It's scheduled for Saturday, July 27th from 8:30 to 12:30. And there's individual online registrations that are required at least 24 hours in advance for, and the reason why they're required 24 hours in advance is so the site supervisor can start planning what things need to be done and who's going to be doing them. Right now, that build is restricted to the first 15 registrants, but if there's a significant interest, I might be able to get that number increased. So if people show an interest and they register soon and that number gets up to 15 real quick, I can check and see and potentially open up the registration further. On that build date, I'm asking people to arrive by 8:15 and park in the marked lot on Hopkinton Hill Road. It's roughly a 100-yard walk to the construction site on Cardinal Lane. So Cardinal Lane is essentially a crescent type road that connects at both ends onto Hopkinton Hill Road. So it's just a short walk to the meeting point. At 8:30, guidelines and assignments are provided for attendees near the Habitat trailer, which is on one of the lot sites. There's a break around 10:30. You work at your own pace and a pace that you're comfortable with. You rest or you stop working completely if you feel unwell, and you let someone know, preferably. And because it's in July, it's probably going to be hot, so make sure you hydrate frequently. I think another slide here will indicate that you should bring your own water bottle, but there is water on the site to refill your water bottles with. Okay. So on that build date, there's probably going to be 2 people there. There's the director of construction. His name is Dan, and the site supervisor is Nate. And they're significantly younger than me, but they are extremely helpful. They're friendly. They're great to work with, and they're there to guide you, help answer any questions. And quite honestly, people who have been volunteering a lot longer than I have still need guidance on a regular basis. So don't be afraid to ask for help. And if you notice any potential construction problems, it's a good idea to bring it to their attention so that they can figure out if it needs to be repaired, fixed, or whatnot. Sure. Habitat provides a porta potty, sun lotion, extra water, and a medical kit for small injuries. I haven't seen a major injury yet, but everybody's got a cell phone, so rescue is not far down the road. Right in the middle of Hope Valley. Some volunteers bring their own tools, but if you do bring your own tools, keep an eye on them, because when you put them down, others walk by and they pick them up and they use whatever's there, because they all think that they're habitat tools and they're there for everyone. So it's quite possible, if you're like me, you'll work up a sweat. So bring a water bottle. Sneakers and shorts are okay. Work boots and hiking boots are probably preferable in case something gets dropped on your foot. And just remember that safety matters and to work carefully.
Cool.
If you need more information, you can contact me at 401-741-0059, my cell phone, or my email address is jwolsten@msn.com. You can Google South County Habitat for Humanity, and they have a website that has a lot of information there. And I probably should make this point, but right now their typical midweek work days are Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Mm-hmm. And Thursdays are reserved for the women's crew. So if all you ladies want to get together and do this thing for a pastime, there is a women's crew that meets on Thursdays. But that's not to say that the women can't work on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So and I think I ran through all that stuff. Can you bring up the photos, Kim?
Yes. Okay.
So let's see.
That's slide one.
On this one, the house off to the right is the third of the phase 3. And you can see that there's grass there. That sod was placed on 3 different homes on the same day in about 4 hours in the mud. And people got quite dirty and messy, but it was a lot of fun. And then the house on the left, Habitat is attempting to buy that machine in the background. It's called a telehandler, and it's used to we use it to lift the walls and the trusses, and it made the trusses go up in no time flat. Makes the walls go up in no time flat. It's really a huge help. So there's that picture. You can see off to the left the septic. That's phase B right now. The last 4 houses, and 2 houses now have roofing completed, and the rough plumbing and electrical and HVAC, I believe, is done in the first 2 homes.
Cool.
The house on the far left, like I said earlier, the walls just went up last week, and we should move into the trusses and the roofing, let's say either this week or possibly next week. That's that photo. And there's the house 20 where the fall walls went up. Interesting point on this one. Much to the embarrassment of the teacher or the lead at Charahoe Tech, the wall that you can't see on the far left came in 2 sections, and the sections were 5.5 inches short. So there's a 5.5 inch gap all the way up between the 2 sections of the house, but it's easily fixed by a 2x6. So
that's cool.
That's that.
Thank God for site supervisors.
Oh, and this was self-gratification. That's me and my hat up on the left.
Awesome.
Good.
Had to throw that one in.
Good. Looks professional.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So that's a quick run through of things. If anybody has any questions, now's the time.
Well, you kind of answered the question for me is why and how you got into it, because you wanted to learn, a little bit more about building or construction or whatever. Have you learned a ton? I would think.
Every day you learn something new.
Yeah.
Here's a trick. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. I'm fortunate to be married to a person that does everything. Electrical, plumbing, construction. We wouldn't be able to live here if we didn't. He's really done so much, but it's amazing. I'm just amazed at your commitment to this. That's pretty incredible. That's a lot.
It is incredible.
Something to do.
To give.
I really like it.
And I love how the Charho students are doing that. I do know that Westerly High School students have the same program, and they're, as a matter of fact, right now building the Bulldog Boutique, as Susan Gencarella has mentioned. But it's kind of interesting. I wonder if they would eventually get involved in this kind of Habitat for Humanity.
Well, they could very well get involved, especially with the 22 units that are going in.
Yeah.
So, and
there's more going on in Westerly now with, you hear that in all different towns now. Yeah. We have to provide affordable housing.
Right.
Yeah.
Now they're fighting about the Winnipeg golf course, blah, blah, blah. But I think it's fabulous. I think
I should say that the houses that are being built right now, they do not have a basement. They have either 3 or 4 bedrooms. And they are actually pretty nice looking. Nice. I heard the site supervisor and the director of construction say the other day, these homes could probably go for $500,000 on the market, but the homeowners get them for roughly half of that.
Right.
That's awesome.
That still blows my mind. Mickey and I were talking about that. We just noticed a house that we owned in Ledyard that's being resold for like $399, and we're like, what?
Yeah.
What? It just blows my mind.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's necessary. I mean, as a matter of fact, is it today they're doing something at the State House? They're marching on the State House for Rhode Island to do more for, affordable. There's nothing for people to buy or rent or whatever.
Yeah.
So I applaud you for doing this. This is amazing.
It is amazing.
I would like to help that day. I know we've got a lot going on this summer, but I mean, it's a small window, 8:30 to 12:30.
Right.
I'll show up and bring my hydration and wear my work boots and my hat. I don't know what I can do, but.
So right now, I know of 3 people who have registered. One is myself, of course. So the other 2 have registered as anonymous. I do happen to know who they are, but I won't. And I'm not sure anonymous is going to work because you have to sign a waiver as part of the registration process. So we'll see how far that flies.
So even if you have enough registered people can go ahead. You can try to see if we can get more people there. But if most of us can show up, or maybe there's some people that can't really do too much, but it's sort of like I'm thinking of, how the banks have dress down day or whatever. I mean, this is a day that you've put aside for Westerly high school class of 73 to show up and support or whatever.
I would say if there are people who don't or are unable to work, but you want to bring, goodies.
Yeah.
There's a break at 10 or 10:30, and everybody would love to eat.
Okay.
Yeah, that's an idea. That's an idea. Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
And Jerry, I have a couple of questions. Habitat for Humanity, early on, I did a broadcast with them, and they're amazing. It's an amazing organization throughout the country and whatever. So they do great things. the question is, do you ever, is it mostly houses that are pretty much brand new, or do you renovate houses to, as part of that?
Kim, you weren't paying attention to my slide.
Well, I was going to ask that, and I said, I bet you probably said that, and it wasn't clear to me. That's why I just wanted to.
Let me go through it. So right now, the 7 houses on Cardinal Lane are all new construction.
Right.
Okay. Mm-hmm. The houses that are going to go in Westerly are essentially going to be new construction, but
right.
Sometimes a Habitat family will move out.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So that's
Habitat still owns the property, I believe.
Right.
There's some interesting ways of how they fund this all. And a lot of times, the house needs, a little makeup, to bring it back to life. Mm-hmm. So I've worked on a couple of projects where there have been refurbishments of existing
Good.
homes.
Okay. Well, that's clear, Jerry. So I'm glad I asked that. And it's interesting because I'm glad that there is more of this happening in our area, because it's very expensive around here, and the normal average person, I don't know how they do it.
Yeah.
They don't.
There's a definite need. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was happy to hear that. Is there any other places in Rhode Island that is more populated with Habitat for Humanity than other communities?
I'm going to say I don't know the answer to that question. I've only had interactions with this particular branch of Habitat.
Sure.
I know that there are other Habitat organizations in the state, at least one up in the Providence area, but I don't know.
And I've been to Restore. Restore is great. Yeah. I've bought things for my cottage here. Any, like you said, any donations or whatever, similar to Johnny Cake Center, you just drop them off, and all the profits or whatever go towards Habitat for Humanity, which is great.
That is great. And it's good to know the stuff that you donate is going to help somebody. So that's really awesome.
Yeah.
It's good to keep that in mind. I certainly would like to, be part of it. I just have to check my busy schedule, but I'll see what I can do. And if not, then I'll do something.
Yeah, I tried to get our date to be earlier in the summer when it's not so hot, but there's so many private organizations that want to contribute that all their Saturdays are booked up until July 20th.
That's awesome.
And I have a wedding to go to on the 20th, so the only date I had was the 27th.
Right. Good. Now, what if it rains?
I think if it's really, really bad, Kim, they will cancel.
They'll cancel. Okay.
But because 2 of the homes are fully enclosed, there should be enough inside work, for a group like ours to go inside and get some things done on 2 of the homes.
And we can always bring snacks and water.
That's right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I just wanted to let you know that Tom is watching, Tom Barbone, and he says hi. And if anyone is out there watching and listening still, if you have a question or a comment, pass it on. And if
Tom,
not,
you haven't registered yet.
Come on, Tom.
He could have been the private one.
No, he's not the one.
All right. So
we'll get some more.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, we'll talk about it Saturday night. It's ladies' night at my home.
We'll promote it
on Saturday night, 5:00 on. Just come on down, but we can share the information to our classmates or anybody else that wants to come too. So.
And actually, this is actually the video itself. If you've missed it tonight, you can also watch it on YouTube again another time at your convenience. And so, and Jerry did say, reach out if you have any questions or etc. Need more information. This is a great opportunity to give back, and good for you, Jerry.
Mm.
If perchance this does, play out and we get a good response, there's always a possibility that we could do it again. In fact,
Yeah.
I've already been asked by the volunteer coordinator at Habitat. So is this a one-time event, or is this going to be, repeatable? I said, well, let's do one first and see how it goes.
Right.
It depends. It's so hard because summer, sometimes everybody's busy and whatever, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. I think it's great. Anything else on Habitat for Humanity? No one else has posted any comments or questions. Jerry, do you have anything else that you need to add?
I think I'm tapped out. I'm not sure I've got anything else.
It was a great presentation.
Yeah,
and
thanks.
Kudos to you for all your hard work.
Yes.
Before we wrap this up, I thought that, Diane, do you want to do some class updates?
Not much, except for we did decide on a date in September. I posted the information the other day on Facebook. Oh gosh, what was it? I don't have my calendar in front of me. Is it the 21st? 21st? Yeah.
Yes.
We're going to just meet down the beach somewhere. We'll let you know. And then the next day we'll meet here. It's easy. It's Hope Valley. It's only 15 miles away from Westerly. Probably do a potluck kind of thing, but we want to stay connected. We've had a really good time.
Yes.
That planning last year, the reunion was fabulous. We really want to stay connected, and I'm looking forward to it. We don't have to play Twister though. I did put a little thing out because we probably won't be able to move or get up or whatever. But yeah.
It could be a liability.
Exactly. We might need to get the backhoe. We have a backhoe. We can pull up.
Oh, there you go.
And the prom dresses and tuxes and suits, that's been going really well. It's kind of cool.
It's very cool.
Being able to donate, and that can be an ongoing thing. You don't know what to do with your kids, wedding or prom dresses or whatever, donate them to the Bulldog Boutique. We'll have more information on that, I think, in the fall, because like I said, the Westerly High School students are building that out now. It's a very small room, and there's a it's like a big closet right now full of clothes that the kids are choosing
awesome.
to wear. Yeah, it's kind of fun. Yeah, the mentor program, that's on hold. It's just crazy this time of year. Everybody's, excuse me, like last year, graduations and so much. So as soon as I find out any more information, we'll let you know. Yeah.
Is it open right now so Tom and I can get dresses for Saturday night?
Oh.
Cat's out of the bag now.
Oh, but I'd love to see my fellow ladies, classmates come. That would be fun. Even if you can stop by for an hour or something, a glass of wine or a little snack or something. Yeah.
I wonder if Tom really knows that he's supposed to be doing that with Jerry.
Oh, I don't know.
He hasn't responded. Anyway, well, it was great to buzz again.
Yeah.
And Jerry, thanks again.
All right.
And
let me make one final comment.
Sure.
If anyone is having a problem finding the registration link, to let me know. You should be able to find it under the Facebook group events.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the link should be there. But if you're having trouble, let me know.
Sounds good.
And if anybody else wants to do interviews or whatever, we're here. We want to do it with you. Yeah.
I know a few people want to do it, so I do need to reach out to them and nail down a date and time.
Yeah.
And just so you guys know, Tom did respond, and his comment was Jerry with a smile. Whatever that means.
Oh, you guys.
All right. Well, have a great night, everyone. And so nice to see you. So we'll see you later.
All right. Thanks,
Bye.
Jerry.
Bye. Thank
Yeah,
you.
Kudos to you.
Okay.